So we're so thrilled to bring this next guest to the Rail Talk set. Couldn't do it without him. Representing Rail Talk and Babson College. He's representing DJ Stable, all of the influence in all of the areas. Len Green, welcome to the show.
Good to be here. Imagine 100. I bet against it.
Yeah, I would have too. Yeah. I would have too. Just
Congratulations, you guys, Patty, and the whole crew. It's amazing. Not only that you're still operating and you're building and growing, but you're actually influencing the industry, which is just amazing. You're not just bringing people on to bring people on. There's a message here, and the smart people are listening to the message.
All right, I'm done. Thanks. Thanks for that ad, Len. We appreciate it. No, it's we couldn't do it without you, and we love you, and we love having you here. Tell us a little bit about Saturday with Ewing. How much fun was that?
You know, Joe, it's an amazing world, okay? I think if you're going to be successful in this business, you have to be able to pivot. You have to be able to say, that's the moment. If the moment wasn't successful, put it away. So a week before, we come up here with such high expectations on Sandman. Not that Sandman did bad. It just found out that it wasn't in a certain class. Went home, long day, wait a week, come up back here for Ewing, and then boom, okay? And you're in the highest kind of area kind of thing. So and again, after the day, I look at the thing and I say, holy crap. John had 10 horses running, and almost every one of them was in the money. We had stake winners and Woodbine and et cetera. I mean, you think he's full-time here, but I know he's full-time with DJ Stable kind of thing. And so we're getting excitement all the time, which is just, it's yes, Ewing was great, okay? But, let's see, let's keep this to 10 words.
Yeah, or less. Let's talk about your second favorite homebred behind me, and that's Nitrogen, who had won 5 stakes in a row, came within a nose of winning her 6th straight stake and 4th straight graded stake, and now is going to be entered in the Alabama next week, and maybe one of the favorites, and one of the only horses to be able to go from graded victories in the turf to hopefully a grade 1 in the dirt here at Saratoga. What is that like?
Well, and John, it's very exciting, and it proves that people say, if it ain't broke, don't break it, and we say break it, or we say have rain and we'll run on the dirt, and holy crap, you run on the dirt and it does better, okay, then you say, hey, maybe then, wait a second, if we stay on the turf, we have a good chance of winning all kinds of accolades, but if we win on the dirt, it's even higher kind of thing. Yeah, but isn't that going to, you know what? We want to take a chance, don't we?
Right. And these are all the conversations that are going in his head at any given time. All the different voices, all the different questions.
Right. Well, that's why we're here to experience a little bit of that, the inner monologues of Len Green. Listen, in all seriousness, you guys have done an unbelievable job being successful in the industry with a 2-man crew. There are a lot of people in this business that need, big teams and a lot of partners to be able to have the success that you guys had. But I imagine it wasn't, immediate. Like, what are some of the lessons that you learned along the way in ownership that have helped you get to this point where you can compete at the top levels with just the two of you guys?
That's a great question, Joe. And Joe, I thought that I was at the top level. We won many, many championships at meets with claimers. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was the way to do it because I had a competitive advantage there. And then John decided that he would like to become general manager. I said, wonderful, you'll be my apprentice for a few years. He said, no, here's the deal. Okay, I'm gonna be in charge. I'm gonna make the decisions. I will certainly ask for your advice, okay? And I gotta deal with people that I believe in and trust in and make decisions with. And that's changed the whole program, Joe. I mean, to go from claimers to the kind of horses that we're going into, I mean, it's almost now like if a horse doesn't win an allowance race, it's in a digital sale, okay? Because that's not the level we want to run. It costs, people say, well, doesn't it cost the same amount for a big horse that a little horse? No, it actually costs more for horses that are claimers because they get hurt earlier and things. But it's a wonderful game where we're playing, although you're playing against understanding that you're playing against bigger players with bigger wallets. Okay, I mean, yesterday, I got to tell you, bidding with Terry Finley from West Point and up to $1.4 million and have somebody outbid us. And I said, wait. Or the other funny thing Terry said when it hit, 900,000, he says, you think maybe we should jump in now? It's just, it's just a different level kind of thing.
So let's talk a little bit about the fact that prices are going up and the averages and the medians are all higher. Is that a direct result of the big beautiful bill? Do you think that's starting to bleed through and make people want to or have the ability to buy more because more of it's being written off?
Well, I thought the big beautiful bill was called the Accountants Employment Act because, when you're the number one accounting firm in the business, they read the headlines and we read down here because we have 200 horses of our own kind of thing. So we have to know every nuance of that big beautiful bill. Mm-hmm. But for most people coming to sales, I'm not sure how many of them realize that if they buy a horse now or in September or in November, they get the full year write-off. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Many of them have had lost carryovers that they haven't been able to use before, and now they can use it. Many people have bought farms, they allocated so much to land and never took a deduction for it, and now they can relook at it, and maybe an awful lot of it becomes tax deductible. I mean, it's just that it is a big, beautiful bill, John, for an awful lot of people if they have somebody who knows what they're looking at.
Yeah, from the accounting side, for sure.
And from partnership, just to interrupt you for a second, for a partnership point of view, it's even better. To be active, in order to be able to take losses if you have them, if you're an individual, 500 hours. If you're in West Point, 100 hours. Mm-hmm. And what's 100 hours? You can go up to Saratoga and network with people, and they all count. Yeah. Plus, you get a chance to have the top jockeys and then top trainers. And I just think it's just a wonderful bill, especially for partnerships.
You must see the 100 hours just in the amount of communication.
I was going to say, I'm doing 100 hours of work just this week for West Point.
And this counts.
Yeah, 100%. And by the way, that's some of the expertise you're going to get if you call Len up at what's that number, Michael Agresta? 732-634-5100. Or go to greenco.com. I had to put that in there.
Commercial for you.
Yeah. But also, I just wanted to touch on, you guys recently had your 2,600th win. We were counting down to that. And then it was also the same race that Mark Casse had his 4,000th win. Talk a little bit about the relationship that you guys have developed with Mark Casse and how that's helped your operation.
Well, John's built the operation up so that he probably could get any trainer, to do it. I mean, we have Todd Pletcher, we have Chad Brown, we have some of the top trainers, in the country as clients. So it's very easy to turn over horses to them. Mark has been a real revelation in the sense that he knows where we want to go. Many trainers have their own ideas on things, but he and John have a nice chemistry together. It's not we're going out to supper and those kinds of things, but it's a great business relationship, and it's a great trust because he'll do the right thing by the horse, and that has helped with, plus the fact that he can run in so many different places, whether it's Woodbine or Ellis, and plus the fact that he can take a horse like the ones we bought last night and then go down to his training center. Right. And he has his own track and he has different ways. He has his own starting gate. Mm-hmm. I mean, the advanced start that we get is tremendous kind of thing. And, when he can call up and say, I'd like to have one of the Ortiz brothers ride first. I mean, that's a real advantage kind of thing. So again, I think it's been the right thing. And yet, although we have stayed with Joe Orsino, because Joe goes back to the 80s with us, and it's a different kind of relationship and a different kind of horses. But that's been very
another great horseman. Yeah,
another great horseman.
Yeah.
Yep. And last question for me is, what do you anticipate the industry is going to look like a couple of years from now?
Okay, there's plenty of people, John, who say, oh, you know what, it's only going to be on the East Coast, and, eventually Gulfstream is going to get sold, and blah, 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 blah. I just think that every time there's a looks like gloom and doom. That's opportunity for people who see things differently. Okay, and I believe that the purses in certain places are going to be good. I think that the people who run it like a business, okay, will have an advantage. So in hard times, you want to differentiate yourself from everybody else. And hard times make you, or bad. When everything is booming, well, anybody can make money and you can do things and hold on to horses and do things. But keep on trying the digitals, keep on trying to go overseas, keep on trying. Each of these things means something, okay? Try the new sires as well as the proven sires. I mean, people say, well, hard spun's not very, very hot right now. Yeah, all it does is produce good runners. So let's just keep on looking to do that kind of thing. And I think we have it. And then discipline, okay? You got to go into a sale and say, hey, I have a number, okay? Now, that's what you have to do.
That's what I have to. I was going to say, yeah, you don't live by that by that tenet, but that's okay. That's okay.
Yep. We were talking about like with Ewing, like when we bought him at the sale, John and I were in the room looking over the sales rig, and it went up to 600, and we're like, well, that's not us. Right. And then of course Len and Terry were on their own, but you did well. It looks like you came away with the right horse.
Yeah, plus it's easy because then when I get past what John wants to do, I'm using his inheritance. So, you know, it's a win-win situation.
That's perfect.
And it's a great write-off, which we all need. Call the Green Group at
732-634-5100 or greenco.com. But honestly, Len, we love you on a personal level, but we really appreciate all the support of the show. We couldn't do this without you. 100 episodes, like just as much as of your accomplishment as it is ours. So thank you, my man.
Well, one more thing, okay? Yeah. You got to understand that the Green Group profits from being on this show, okay? It's not that I like you, Joe, and I certainly it's not that I like John, okay? I mean, the advertisers stay here because it's good for them also. It's good for the industry. It gives Patty a job, otherwise she couldn't
Thank
have
God
one.
She'd be homeless.
Yeah, kind of thing. The jingle guy couldn't be a jingle. You know, it's a lot of fun and it's great. And thank you for having me on, and thanks for doing what you're doing.
You're the best. Thanks. Len Green, everybody.